They did everything they could to make you break, and they almost enjoyed it. The truth is, some people don't hurt you by accident. They hurt you on purpose, and then they wait. They wait to see you scream, fall apart, beg, or lose control. That's what they live for. Chaos, misery, shame. They set the trap, they throw dirt, they push your buttons, and when you don't react the way they expect, it messes with them in ways you can't even imagine. Because you didn't give them the satisfaction. You didn't fold. You didn't explode. You didn't even flinch. You stood there in the middle of that disgusting situation, surrounded by rumors, betrayal, envy, and poison. And you handled it with calm, with class, with the kind of quiet strength that doesn't make noise, but leaves an echo they can't stop hearing. You weren't supposed to survive that level of disrespect. You weren't supposed to walk away with your mind intact and your head held high. They painted you as weak. They poked at your limits. They made a public scene and expected a public meltdown. Instead, you gave them something they weren't ready for: stillness. That dangerous kind of stillness that says, "I saw what you did, and I'm not breaking." If this message already feels like your story, press the like button and subscribe, not just to support this voice, but to return power to your own. Thank you for being part of this mission. This movement is growing because of you. And now, look around. The silence after the storm is louder than the noise ever was. The same people who wanted to destroy you are watching from a distance, confused. The ones who lied on your name are whispering now, asking each other if you really knew all along. The snakes are coiled up quiet, not because they're done, but because they realize they failed. And what's worse than a snake who bites? A snake who bites and still loses. They say it takes less than a second for the human brain to snap in anger, but it takes a lifetime of soul development to choose grace in the middle of war. You didn't just stay calm, you taught a lesson without opening your mouth. That's not weakness. That's power. That's rare. That's what people don't know how to copy. Because anyone can clap back. But not everyone can clap up and rise above filth without smelling like it. Some of them are now trying to act like it never happened. Others pretend they were on your side the whole time. A few are even studying your moves in silence, trying to figure out how you kept your cool when they know, deep down, they wouldn't have. That's what separates you from them. Not just how you handle success, but how you handle betrayal. Anyone can smile when things go right, but you smiled when things went ugly. You didn't need to raise your voice. Your silence said more than words ever could. You didn't need revenge. Your healing exposed them louder than revenge ever would. And now, their little plan. It's backfiring. The attention they tried to steal from you is circling right back. But not as pity, as respect, because real people saw what happened. Real ones watched how you handled it, and they're talking. This isn't just about one disgusting moment. It's about all the moments, back to back, where you were pushed to the edge, tested behind closed doors, and left standing alone while people laughed behind your back. And somehow, you didn't let that harden your heart. You didn't become what they were. You became something better. There were nights where your chest felt heavy, where you had to walk away from